Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most tantalizing mysteries unfolding in Port Charles, the fate of Cyrus Renault. Is this notorious villain truly gone, or could his supposed demise be the setup for an even bigger twist? Fans are buzzing with theories, frustrations, and speculations, and we're here to break it all down for you. Buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride through the tangled web of General Hospital drama. The shadow of doubt, is Cyrus really dead? Let's start with the question on everyone's mind, is Cyrus Renault actually dead? On the surface, it seems like the reign of terror he unleashed on Port Charles has come to an end. After all, he was shot in self-defense by Josslyn in what appeared to be a climactic showdown. But as any seasoned soap opera fan knows, death is rarely permanent in this world. And in this case, there's one glaring issue that has fans scratching their heads: no body has been found. The absence of a body is a classic soap trope that immediately raises suspicions. Could Cyrus have staged his own death to escape justice? Did someone else intervene to whisk him away before authorities could confirm his demise? Or is there an entirely different explanation waiting to be revealed? One fan on Reddit summed it up perfectly: no body, no proof that he's dead. This single detail has opened the floodgates for endless speculation, and it's clear that viewers aren't ready to close the book on Cyrus just yet. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that Cyrus had both the resources and cunning to pull off such a deception. As a master manipulator with connections in all the wrong places, it wouldn't be out of character for him to orchestrate an elaborate escape plan. Could he be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again? The possibilities are as endless as they are thrilling. Why aren't Port Charles residents more suspicious? While fans are busy piecing together theories about Cyrus' potential survival, many are also questioning why more characters in Port Charles aren't doing the same. For someone as dangerous and calculating as Cyrus, his sudden disappearance should raise more red flags than it has. Yet many residents seem almost relieved to believe he's gone for good. This lack of suspicion has become a major point of frustration for viewers. One fan voiced their concerns online, saying, "When someone confesses to being a serial killer and goes missing, the most logical conclusion should be that they're on the run." Another added, "Everyone seems so quick to accept that he's dead without any real evidence. It doesn't add up." These comments highlight a disconnect between how fans perceive the situation and how the characters are reacting within the show. Could this complacency be part of a larger narrative strategy? Perhaps the writers are setting up Port Charles for a massive shock when, or if, Cyrus inevitably resurfaces. Alternatively, this could be a commentary on how trauma and relief can cloud judgment. After all, many characters have suffered greatly at Cyrus' hands and might simply want to believe he's gone forever. Josslyn's role in uncovering the truth at the center of this unfolding drama is Josslyn, whose actions inadvertently set much of this storyline into motion. While she acted in self-defense when she shot Cyrus, her involvement has left her grappling with guilt and uncertainty. But things are about to get even more complicated for Josslyn. According to recent spoilers, Josslyn will soon discover that Cyrus isn't actually dead, and that Brennan, someone she trusted implicitly, has been lying to her all along. This revelation promises to send shockwaves through her life and could mark a turning point for her character. How will she handle this betrayal? Will she take matters into her own hands to expose Brennan's deceit and uncover the truth about Cyrus? Fans are eagerly anticipating how this storyline will develop. Josslyn's journey from victim to investigator could add new layers of depth to her character while also driving the larger narrative forward. Her determination to get answers might even put her directly in Cyrus' crosshairs if he truly is alive and plotting his next move. Jason Morgan, a convenient scapegoat. As if things weren't already complicated enough, Jason Morgan finds himself accused of murdering Cyrus, a crime he didn't commit. This twist adds yet another layer of intrigue to an already convoluted situation. Why is Jason being framed? And more importantly, who stands to gain from pinning Cyrus' death on him? Some fans speculate that this could be part of an elaborate scheme orchestrated by Cyrus himself. By faking his death and framing Jason, Cyrus could eliminate one of his biggest adversaries while also diverting attention away from his true whereabouts. Others believe there might be another player pulling the strings, someone with their own agenda who sees Jason as an easy target. Regardless of who's behind it, Jason's predicament raises important questions about justice and loyalty in Port Charles. Will his friends rally around him to prove his innocence? Or will he find himself isolated and vulnerable as he fights to clear his name? Fan theories: what could happen next? The General Hospital fandom has been abuzz with theories about where this storyline might go next. Some believe that Cyrus is alive and plotting his revenge from the shadows. Others think his death might actually be real but intentionally ambiguous to keep viewers guessing. And then there are those who suspect that this entire storyline is setting up for an even bigger twist, perhaps involving new villains or unexpected alliances. One particularly intriguing theory suggests that Cyrus' death could serve as a catalyst for other characters' development. For example, Josslyn's journey toward uncovering the truth could lead her down a darker path, forcing her to confront moral dilemmas she never anticipated. Similarly, Jason's fight to clear his name might bring him closer to unlikely allies, or push him further away from those he loves. What lies ahead for Port Charles? Whether or not Cyrus Renault is truly gone, one thing is certain: his presence continues to loom large over Port Charles. If he does return from the dead, as many fans suspect, it could spell disaster for those who thought they were finally free from his grasp. His vendetta against those who wronged him would undoubtedly reignite, putting everyone from Josslyn to Jason in grave danger. On the other hand, if his death is confirmed beyond doubt, it could mark a turning point for Port Charles, a chance for its residents to heal and rebuild after years of chaos. But even then, questions would remain: who framed Jason? And what role did Brennan play in all of this? Thank you for tuning into ADCGH Spoilers channel. As always, we'll keep you updated on all the latest twists and turns from General Hospital. What do you think? Has Cyrus truly met his end, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Next, we're diving into a whirlwind of emotions, secrets, and drama that's shaking up Port Charles. The latest bombshell centers around Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quartermain, whose relationship is being tested like never before. From shocking suggestions to buried secrets, this storyline has all the makings of a classic General Hospital saga. Let's break it down step by step and explore what's really going on behind the scenes. A hidden past that could change everything. Brooklyn Quartermain might be facing one of the most difficult decisions of her life, but she's not entering this storm without her own baggage. Beneath the surface of her current dilemma lies a secret that could blow everything wide open. She has a child with Dante Falconeri, and he doesn't even know he's the father. This revelation could change the trajectory of her relationship with Chase entirely. Imagine the fallout if Brooklyn decides to pursue reconnecting with that child while simultaneously rejecting Chase's dream of having a baby tied to his DNA. Would Chase feel betrayed? Would Dante's world be turned upside down? The layers of drama here are endless. If Brooklyn's secret comes to light, it could derail not only her relationship with Chase but also her standing in Port Charles as a whole. And let's not forget how Dante might react. Would he embrace fatherhood, or would this revelation create even more tension among the characters? This hidden past adds an explosive element to an already tense situation. It raises the stakes for Brooklyn as she navigates her current predicament, making every decision she makes even more consequential. Chase's emotional struggle, a dream that feels out of reach. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase is carrying a heavy emotional burden. His suggestion to use his brother Hamilton Finn's sperm to conceive a child wasn't just a casual idea, it was born out of deep longing and heartbreak. Chase can't father a child himself, and this alternative seemed like the best way to fulfill his dream of having a biological connection to his future baby. But Brooklyn's reaction has left him questioning everything. Chase is known for his sensitive nature, and it's clear that Brooklyn's discomfort is cutting him deeply. He likely feels responsible for putting her in such an awkward position, even though his intentions were pure. At the same time, he can't help but wonder if his desire for this DNA connection is selfish or unreasonable. Is he asking too much from Brooklyn? Or is this just another obstacle they need to overcome as a couple? The weight of this situation is clearly taking its toll on Chase. He may even be second-guessing whether he should have brought Finn into their personal lives at all. Could this internal conflict drive a wedge between him and Brooklyn? Or will it ultimately bring them closer together as they work through their differences? Brooklyn turns to Lois for guidance. Caught in the middle of this emotional storm, Brooklyn Quartermain did what many daughters would do: she turned to her mother for advice. Lois Cerullo has always been a strong presence in Brooklyn's life, offering wisdom and support when things get tough. But even Lois might struggle to provide clear guidance on such a complicated issue. Brooklyn poured her heart out to Lois, admitting how uncomfortable she feels about Chase's suggestion. The idea of using Finn's sperm to conceive a child feels like crossing a line she never imagined she'd have to face. While she understands Chase's perspective and wants to support him, the thought of carrying her brother-in-law's baby is something she just can't seem to wrap her head around. Lois might remind Brooklyn that love often requires compromise, but at what cost? Should Brooklyn sacrifice her own peace of mind just to make Chase happy? And can she trust that Lois' advice won't be influenced by her own biases? These are the questions swirling in Brooklyn's mind as she tries to navigate this tricky situation. The proposal that changed everything. Let's rewind for a moment and revisit the suggestion that started it all: Chase proposing that they use Finn's sperm to conceive a child. On paper, it might seem like a logical solution, a way for Chase to have a biological connection while working around his own limitations. But in practice, it opened up a Pandora's box of emotions and ethical dilemmas. For Chase, this idea represented hope, a chance to build the family he's always dreamed of despite his own challenges. For Brooklyn, however, it felt like an impossible request that forced her into uncharted territory. The emotional stakes were immediately high, and both characters were left grappling with conflicting feelings about what this proposal would mean for their future. This moment also raises larger questions about family dynamics in Port Charles. If Finn were to agree to donate sperm, how would that affect his relationship with both Chase and Brooklyn? Would it create new tensions or strengthen their bond as siblings? And how would other characters react if they found out about this unconventional arrangement? What happens next? As we look ahead, it's clear that this storyline has the potential to take several dramatic turns. Will Brooklyn stand firm in her discomfort and refuse Chase's request? If so, how will that impact their relationship moving forward? Alternatively, could she find a way to compromise without sacrificing her own values? And then there's the question of Finn himself: will he be brought into this drama directly? If so, what role will he play in helping, or complicating, matters for Chase and Brooklyn? Fans are already speculating about whether Michael Easton will make more appearances as Finn becomes entangled in this emotional saga. Finally, we can't forget about Brooklyn's secret child with Dante Falconeri. If that storyline comes into play alongside the current baby drama with Chase, it could create an explosive mix of revelations and conflicts that ripple through Port Charles for months to come. Thank you for tuning into ABCGH Spoilers channel. As always, we'll keep you updated on all the latest twists and turns from General Hospital. What do you think? Will Brooklyn and Chase find common ground, or is their relationship headed for disaster? And how will Dante factor into all of this if Brooklyn's secret comes out? Next, we're diving into the emotional roller coaster that is Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri's relationship. With Lulu waking up from her years-long coma and Dante still grappling with his grief over Sam McCall, the stage is set for a potential rekindling of their love or a heartbreak waiting to happen. Let's unravel this tangled web of emotions, nostalgia, and lingering connections as we explore what's really happening between these two star-crossed exes. Is Dante Falconeri stuck in the past or ready to move forward? Let's start with Dante Falconeri, whose heart seems to be caught in an emotional tug-of-war. On one hand, he's still mourning the loss of Sam McCall, whose death left a gaping hole in his life. The grief is raw, and every step forward feels like a betrayal of her memory. On the other hand, there's Lulu Spencer, his first great love, standing right in front of him, alive and well after years in a coma. The connection they once shared hasn't entirely faded, and fans are starting to pick up on subtle signs that Dante might not be as over Lulu as he thinks. When Dante is around Lulu, there's a softness in his demeanor that wasn't there before. His voice carries a hesitation, almost as if he's afraid to let himself feel too much. Could it be guilt holding him back? To Dante, moving on with Lulu might feel like he's dishonoring Sam's memory, a conflict that has left him emotionally paralyzed. Yet, there are moments when his guard slips, a lingering glance, a flicker of warmth in his eyes, or even an accidental brush of hands that seems to spark something deeper. This internal struggle raises questions about where Dante's heart truly lies. Is he ready to open himself up to love again, or will his grief keep him tethered to the past? Fans are divided, some are rooting for a Dante-Lulu reunion, while others fear he might not be emotionally ready to give Lulu what she deserves. Either way, the tension between them is palpable, and it feels like something big is on the horizon. Lulu Spencer, a heart full of hope and hesitation. Now let's turn our attention to Lulu Spencer, who has her own storm of emotions to navigate. Waking up from a coma after years away from the world is no small feat, and Lulu has been working hard to rebuild her life piece by piece. But one thing she didn't expect was for her old feelings for Dante to come rushing back with such intensity. Lulu can't help but light up whenever Dante is around. Maybe it's the way he checks in on her with that protective familiarity, or maybe it's the quiet moments they share where their history feels almost tangible. Whatever it is, her emotions are slipping through the cracks despite her best efforts to keep them under wraps. A soft smile here, a lingering glance there, it's clear that Lulu isn't as detached as she might want people to believe. But this isn't just about romance for Lulu, it's about navigating her new reality while balancing her responsibilities as a mother to Rocco Falconeri. She knows she can't afford to get swept away by feelings that might not be reciprocated. Still, the chemistry between her and Dante is undeniable, and it has everyone around them wondering if this could be the start of something new or just an invitation for heartbreak all over again. A shared history that refuses to fade. The connection between Lulu and Dante runs deep, it always has. They've been through so much together, love, heartbreak, parenthood, and now this strange limbo where neither seems sure of their footing. Their shared history lingers in every interaction, creating an undercurrent of tension that neither can fully ignore. For Lulu, those quiet moments with Dante feel like a lifeline, a reminder of what they once had and what they could potentially have again. For Dante, however, those same moments are fraught with conflict. He wants to be there for Lulu as she navigates her recovery, but every step closer feels like he's stepping further away from Sam's memory. This dynamic creates a push-and-pull effect that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Will they finally acknowledge what's simmering beneath the surface? Or will their unresolved feelings remain buried under layers of guilt and uncertainty? What could bring them together or tear them apart? As much as fans want answers about where this storyline is headed, one thing is clear: there are plenty of opportunities for drama ahead. A late-night conversation about Rocco could bring them closer together emotionally, perhaps even leading to an unguarded moment where one of them finally admits how they feel. On the flip side, any misstep could send them spiraling in opposite directions. Dante's grief over Sam remains a significant obstacle. Until he finds closure, or at least comes to terms with his feelings, he may not be able to fully commit to anything new with Lulu. And then there's Lulu herself. While she may be ready to explore what's still there between them, she also has her own recovery and responsibilities to consider. Could an unexpected event like Rocco asking questions about their family dynamic force them to confront their feelings head-on? Or will they continue dancing around their emotions until something, or someone, pushes them over the edge? Fans weigh in. Is this love boat sinking or sailing? The General Hospital fandom has been buzzing with opinions about whether Dante and Lulu should get back together. Some viewers see this as the perfect opportunity for both characters to heal and find happiness again, especially given their deep-rooted connection and shared history. Others worry that rushing into a reunion could do more harm than good if Dante isn't truly ready to move on from Sam. One thing everyone agrees on is that this storyline has all the makings of classic soap opera drama: unresolved feelings, emotional conflicts, and just enough ambiguity to keep viewers guessing. Whether this love boat sails off into the sunset or sinks under the weight of its own baggage remains to be seen, but either way, it promises to be an unforgettable journey. Thank you for tuning into ADCGH Spoilers channel. As always, we'll keep you updated on all the latest twists and turns from General Hospital. What do you think? Are Dante and Lulu destined for a second chance at love? Or is this ship doomed before it even sets sail? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.